when we brought him home, anything from making his formula correctly or the pulse ox monitoring or trying to get him to feed orally, everything seemed so magnified in importance at that time when we were kind of in the thick of it. We tried, after being turned down by our insurance company, to get private duty nursing in home. We went out and did it ourselves. We hired a pediatric nurse who specialized in taking care of newborns, and she became part of our family. She lived with us for about 4 months, and we believe she's a huge reason, in a combination with the amazing team at Levine, she became an extension of them and is a huge reason why he was able to flourish at home in preparation for his stage 2 surgery.
The first several months of the baby's life are so critical in terms of brain development, somatic growth of the body. Those are critical months. Now Greg and Kara came to me with the simple idea was, well, hey, we noticed that this has made TJ's recovery and growth, we feel much better. Our idea is to make that possible for everybody at Levine. Every baby with hypoplastic left heart syndrome, we'd like to make it possible to have the opportunity to have that kind of care around the clock.
So what we initially did is, when we collected their ideas, we reached out to our Carolinas Medical Center's Healthy at Home nursing organization and said, can we do this? How do we do this? What do we need to do? And it was a much bigger endeavor than I ever imagined. But that organization took it upon themselves and actually contracted a private duty nurse company, which is Bayada, and we began to train nurses to prepare for this all to take place and transition these babies home with a nurse.
And I think that's a void that this program fits perfectly in and can just help that transition from the hospital into the home, help not only the future and the current health of the child, but also just the dynamics within the family.
Martin was diagnosed prenatally. We found out about halfway through the pregnancy that he had heart issues, and were able to narrow that down to HLHS when I was about 23 weeks pregnant.
Why?
Friends of ours saw something in the news about the HEARTest Yard Foundation and sent us a link and said, hey, is this something that might benefit you all? And we did the research into it and thought, actually, this might be right up our alley. I contacted the staff here at Levine's and said, is this something that we might be able to partake of? Because we're interested. And so that's how we became the first recipients of the benefits of the HEARTest Yard Foundation.
After 7 weeks in Levine's, from the time he was 2 months old all the way until he was 6 months old, I mean, you're talking 4 months of any day having a major complication, just knowing that could happen, that fear, that potential anxiety, waking up in the middle of the night and just looking over at your child and really wondering, are you breathing? So that doing that 24 hours a day will drive anyone crazy. So having the nurse there to watch him while we can do other things was very valuable.
We feel like the program has so many levels of impact, both medically, as the dynamics of a family, socioeconomic, just so many different degrees of impact, and we're really seeing those with these families.
I was not going to be able to go to work. I was not going to be able to go to school. I was not going to be able to do the things that I needed to do as a father to provide for my family, but to have those nurses in the house so that I could be at work or I could travel to school, I mean, it set up the foundation for literally the rest of our lives. We're very grateful for everyone who's been able to contribute to it, because you help take care of our family.
I think in the perfect world, our goal is one day to be able to service all the newborn cardiovascular patients here at Levine. Whether they're HLHS or unfortunately, the numerous amount of other congenital heart defects, to be able to offer this service to them when they leave the hospital and they leave these safe walls, when they go home, to be able to have that stability and to have that resource at their disposal, I think is the ultimate goal for the program. And to those of you out there that have supported us in the past or plan on supporting us in the future, we are forever grateful on behalf of our family and our foundation and the team here at Levine Children's Hospital. Your support in this wonderful program is going to change the lives of babies forever. So we thank you from the bottom of our heart. We encourage you to continue your support of this program and this great children's hospital, and we look forward to seeing you guys at some of our future events.